Hi, this is Matt, also known as Muddy Apples on the Flowlab forum, and today I'm going to show you how to create a relatively simple game. This one is the creatively titled Cat Log Jump, and it's classic. It's more of a starting point for a mobile phone game. So without further ado, let's jump in. So yeah, hit my games. The big green button called New Game. Hopefully my broadband is firing on all cylinders. Chug, 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 chug. Yes, right. Hit empty project. Okay. So the first thing we're going to do is give the game a name. And this is going to be called Cat Log Jump. Let's be a bit more creative. The Revenge. We're going to leave the gravity settings as they are. The width, like I say, I have this as a mobile phone game in mind. Make that 17. The height 10. And yeah, at the advanced settings we don't need to worry about. So go back to the mobile phone. I will talk later about the aspect ratio of Flowlab and how it actually just fills the screen, no matter what width or height, the best it can. So you kind of letterbox things, but I can talk about that later. Okay, so the first thing you want to do is create the ground. So hit the tile background and hit create. So the type is actually going to be the name, so we're going to call this ground. Edit sprite. Now, which pulls up a lot of tools. So you can hit the red cross, which will remove that. And this button here in the bottom right actually resizes your sprite. Now Flowlab will automatically knows the width of your canvas. So we're going to say at 17, I'll make it 2. And a little fact here is that you'll see in the bottom left, 17 by 2 tiles, which is 564 by 64 pixels, as each square is 32 by 32 pixels. So then we need to fill this with the green grassy green. That'll do. Hit the paint bucket, over the top, fill. Okay, so the physics, it's not going to be movable, so leave that unchecked. It's definitely going to be solid. Enable rotation, and we'll leave the friction as it is, and the shape's going to be rectangular, so the cat can just simply jump up and down on top. And hit OK, and we can drag that into the game. Okay, now, so if you hit play, you can see the ground's in place, but not too an exciting game. So let's get the cat in. Again, click on the tile background, hit create. Type's going to be cat. Edit sprite, and this time we're going to use one of Flowlab's assets, a Flowlab asset. So you hit browse. So when you use a Flowlab asset, you actually have to remove the existing pixels in place. And it's a pixel character, and there's the cat. And there he is. Hit OK. Now, physics-wise, yeah, he will be movable. He will be affected by gravity, solid. And we're going to make him rectangular. Then you go back to properties. So, actually, we'll put him on the screen first, and then we'll hit edit, and we'll go into behaviors. So one of the best things about Flowlab, in my opinion, is that we're going to actually see the logic working with the game at the same time, which is absolutely brilliant. So in order to get him to jump, we're going to have to trigger. We use a trigger, and as this is going to be a mobile phone game, we'll use mouse triggers. And what Flowlab does is it converts a mouse click into a tap. So capture click anywhere, so that's what we want. So anytime someone taps on a screen, the cat will jump. So in order to get him to jump, we're then going to have to add a little bit of math, add a number, and then also impulse. So let's just try with 5. So the person clicks down, the flow connects to 5, and the 5 connects to the Y. And X is left to right, Y is up and down, basically. Now, if we hit play here at the bottom left, you can see that the mouse click triggers the logic. However, 5 isn't really, that's not going to clear the log. So we can up that to 10. Still not quite high enough, I think. So we'll go up to 15. Yeah, I think that's good. Also, hit stop. When you tap, I think we need a sound. So hit on the sound component, click within the sound component, choose sound, and again, we're going to use a Flowlab built-in sound. So I like the 8-bit and movement jumping. There it is. I think this is number 7. Yeah, but there are various ones. You got a whole plethora of sounds to choose from. So yeah, so if it sounds right for your game, then it is right. Hit OK. And then obviously you're going to connect this down flow to the play. And you can move these around so you can see. So now we have the cat in. And jumping. Yay. Cool. So let's get the login. So again, click on the tile background, hit create. Type's going to be log. Edit sprite. Again, we're going to use a pre-built-in Flowlab asset. Hit browse. And this time the category will be pixel blocks. And down here, there it is the log. And hit OK. So physics-wise, yep, the log will be movable. It's going to be solid. We'll leave it affected by gravity. Yeah, enable rotation. Yeah, friction 50. Yeah, we're going to leave it circular and hit OK. And obviously, yeah, I'll obviously place that in there. Nothing's going to happen. Now let me see. So in order to get the log to move across the screen, we're going to use an emitter, which we placed at the side of the game canvas. So on the side, hit create. We're going to call this, yeah, log emitter. Now you don't actually have to edit the sprite because no one's going to see this. It's going to be actually off the game board, game canvas. But what we do need to do is add in the logic. So hit behaviors. Now this is going to be triggered by a timer. So click into timer, and the delay will say 2. So 10 is basically 1 second. So 20 will be 2 seconds, and this won't stop. So we'll hit repeat forever and click OK. Then it's not logic and math, it's components. You choose emit, and within here should be our object log. So we'll say it expires after 8 seconds. Now because it's going from right to left, the emit force should be about -8 or something like that. So if we just put, let's just try this. And let's just see how this works. Oh, yeah, and there it comes. And there is the log rolling across the grass. Now, so last but not least, well actually no, there's 2 more things I forget. Now you could actually add a background using the layers, or in the game levels, here's another way to do it. You click on the white. If it's a super simple game like this, just find a blue sky and hit OK. One more thing I did do actually is, now you could add this, yeah, you know what, for speed we'll just add this into the cat. Now we can get into different ways of adding elements, but here we can just say as well, you put a once trigger, and you can also add in some music. Choose sound, music, 8-bit music. I think it was simply Jungle 1. Yeah. And hit play. So once, so what you'll see is a trigger, once trigger just fires once. Hit play, and there's a cat jumping. There it is, that's cat log jump. Like I say, this is a really simple game, and depending on feedback I could develop this further. Any ideas that you would like to see happen with the game? I know I could see obviously scores, intro scene, game over scene, leaderboard, ads. You could develop this a long way, and in fact I'm actually thinking just off the top of my head now, I could do that, run through a whole game from start to finish and get onto the App Store. Let me know if that's something that you are keen on seeing, and I'll definitely do that. So that's the idea. All right, okay, so I'll leave it there for now. This is a really quite fast race through of Flowlab, but there you go. So yeah, thank you for your time.